It's the weekly show about rAVe with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Hey everyone, good morning. This is Gary K, and unfortunately I'm by myself this morning. You do not get Steph. Well, kind of. You're going to get Steph in a little bit because Steph's going to come to you live from, well, kind of live. She's actually live at the DSE show, the Digital Signage Experience show, which is going on in Vegas right now. Big news from DSE. We'll talk about that in a moment. But first, I want to welcome you to rAVe TV. This is the industry's only live TV show that we do every single week. Comes to you on ravepubs.com, on youtube.com/ravepubs. Also comes to you on, we put it on LinkedIn, we put it on X, and we put it on Facebook. So there's lots of different ways for you to watch this. And you're going to want to pay attention to today's show because one of our guests is going to give away a free prize. And you need to get out your Star Wars trivia. As you know, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Get out your Star Wars trivia because it is a Star Wars related question. So stay tuned for that. And look, I want to thank you for watching us all year long. And unfortunately, today I'm by myself, but I have two guests that are going to come on. But before I introduce you to our guests, because that way I'm not totally by myself. Steph is actually at the DSE show, as I told you, in Vegas. That show is once a year. It's the industry's only dedicated digital signage show. And of course, I should mention, you can see all the coverage of DSE at ravepubs.com. All you got to do is type in DSE, or you can type in digital signage. You can type in signage. Just type in DSE in the search window. You'll find all the stuff we're posting about the DSE show. But big news about 2025, because that show's been 2 years in a row now. It's been at the end of the year, this month, December. Not a great month for a show. They're moving it to October for 2025. I think that will actually help the show. It'll help sort of kind of make it a little bit more exciting because, you know, December, not necessarily a great time to do a show, I think. I think there's just everyone's kind of in holiday mode and also in year-end mode and things like that. So I'm excited to see how that changes the dynamics of the show. Steph is live at the show. She's been shooting videos for the last 2 days, and she went to the keynote. The keynote was great. It was the dude from Taco Bell that has been responsible for all their tech integration. And Taco Bell was the first self-serve kiosk company almost 15 years ago, almost 16 years ago, they did it first. And of course, they've evolved quite a bit since then. They have a lot of technology in their restaurants, or I should say, fast food stores. And Steph actually got a chance to go to their keynote, but she also did a live show floor tour. So for those of you who think that DSE doesn't exist anymore and thinks that it's a little teeny show, you might be wrong because the live show floor tour that she did was 15 minutes long. I'm not going to show you the whole 15 minutes. I'm only going to show you a minute because there's only like a little snippet of it I want you to see. So check this out from my co-host, Steph Beckett, who I really miss because she's in Nevada and I'm here in North Carolina. So let's run this real quick.
Hey everybody, here at DSE 2024 for another impromptu episode of rAVe TV. This is day 2 of the show, so, you know, it just opened. Yesterday was packed and crazy, so as always with the day 2 of shows, I think this one's going to be like a little less foot traffic, but that means I'm going to get a lot more product videos today, so, you know, it all ends up well. I did want to talk about a few of the trends that I've noticed on the show floor. The first one is definitely intersection of art and information sharing. I'm seeing a lot of the digital signage and like experiential companies here on the show floor working on ways to make their installations very beautiful and incorporate art in a lot of different ways, from YouTube 360, from Google Arts and Culture, all of those different types of things, but also integrating that with wayfinding or information sharing about, like, you know, if it's in retail, like, here are the products and here's what's going on. But then also on the next, showing it and making it a little more artistic. I think it's hard to do both, and I think that is what a lot of the companies are focusing on here on the show floor. A lot of CMS companies on the show floor, it's a little bit of a split. There are some companies that are like, here we make LED panels, but then there are other ones that are all about CMS and content and how you do that. And also a few companies that do tracking of here's how you track who has seen what. I'm going to talk about Blue Zoo in a second, and they're one of the ones who do it, but do it in a really cool way. So yeah, that's a little bit about what I have noticed on the show floor. We had the Dizzy Awards last night. SNA Displays over here, they took home a bunch. But we also had a few different companies. Detail ED, is that how it? Detail LED took home one. And yeah, so a lot of companies that you would expect to take home some. I think Moment Factory took home a big one for, I think, one of their airport installations that was really beautiful. But yeah, so a lot of good things. We'll be posting that press release on ravepubs.com as soon as I get it in my hands. But yeah, let's give you guys a look at the show floor a little bit. So I mentioned content, and Screen Feed Content is one of those companies that really does that. So as you can see, this is their booth. They have a lot going on here today. Hi, everyone.
We have a lot going on here today.
Yeah, we do. I'm putting it into the universe. So they can make the content on your digital signage display look really, really nice. They have a lot of templates. It's supposed to make it really, really easy for you. And they can easily pull in Reuters, AP News, weather, whether you want it in a graphic or radar, company stock. So what they do is they make it really easy for a company who maybe does not specialize in digital signage content and making it look good. They make that process really easy for you. So they're a cool company. Yeah. So next up we have Blue Zoo. Blue Zoo is really cool because they do people counting when you walk into a store. If they have this, it actually tracks it by pinging your mobile device, but it doesn't take any extra or unnecessary data from you. So that's the really great thing about them, is they are really focused on privacy while also basically telling the store or whoever has this is how many people that have gotten in front of a certain piece of signage or in your store or whatever. So let's talk about Bluefin for a second. So they do digital displays. They do a lot of touch ones. I can show you a little bit about them really quick. So the cool thing about Bluefin is they're compatible with BrightSign built in, Intel, and also Android. And they do this because they have a lot of customization available. So let's say if you put an order in and you order, this is a low number, but 20 displays, and you say, I want half BrightSign, half Intel, they can do that and do that pretty quickly for you. They're also available in a ton of sizes. So this is the range. Like, they can basically do virtually anything you want, but I think the customization of BrightSign versus Intel versus Android is what really makes them cool and different. So let's continue on. We have Brand Vision HD here, which is another content management platform, another very easy integration for those people who might need that little extra help in terms of the content for their digital signs. So let's continue on. Clear LED is another cool company. I'll show you them in a second. The Illuminati is another really, really cool one. They do all types of really, really cool shapes for experiential displays or experiential, like museums, art, and that type of thing, and also education. The cool thing about them is they can do concave shape displays, but they also have this one, which is the Geodome Compass. I saw an installation where they actually did this one on a floor. So they can do it virtually anywhere. It can be information sharing. It can be artistic. Right now it's in a globe. So it looks really, really cool. And they're very, very creative.
All right. You want more DSE coverage, go to ravepubs.com. But in the meantime, guess what? I'm going to introduce you to someone new to our viewers possibly, and that's Alyssa Adani. Alyssa is the lead product manager at Legrand AV, and Alyssa, you're sitting in front of the product you're gonna basically debut here on rAVe TV this morning. So tell us about it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Gary.
Thank you.
So we are very excited. At InfoComm this year, we officially launched our acoustic solutions, and really, the beauty of Legrand, all of the family of brands that we have under our portfolio, we're able to collaborate with one another, whether we're in the same division or not. So we've been using our Focal Point Products PET, that acoustic felt, in our forum collaboration suite for some time now. Hopefully some of the viewers are privy to our display stands and our tables. We've incorporated that material, and Focal Point came out with a whole set of acoustic solutions for a bunch of different spaces, and we felt there was a great connection with our forum collaboration suite. So we were able to come out with wall tiles as well as ceiling tiles for
All right, so let me talk about this for a second, because why I really like this kind of stuff is because it gives integrators a new direction to go. Meaning, you now have a way to get into an organization through design and aesthetics rather than through technology. And then once you're in, you then introduce all the technology, or vice versa. You're in a space already. You might as well say, hey, we can fix the acoustical problems here with some tile, instead of going to an interior design firm, or instead of going to, God forbid, Amazon and buying it straight off Amazon, which does happen. You can actually get it from our industry's glue company, rAVe. Alyssa, the first question I know people are going to ask, is it only available in that gray that's behind you?
No, we have 24 different colors that are standard for the line. We will also entertain, we're getting our chops wet with doing some custom capabilities as well, but 24 colors to start. You got a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
Just show you one of my favorites, deep purple.
All right.
So a wide array of
I like
colors.
that purple color. It looks a lot like rAVe purple. So
I didn't do that on purpose. No.
So 24 different standard colors. Customization, I guess, would be based kind of on quantity, right? So if you had a facility large enough, you'd customize it. What about the patterns? Can you customize the patterns on the fabrics as well? And is the ceiling tile made to go in 2x2 ceiling grids, or how is it? And how does all this attach?
Yeah, so for the wall tiles, we call them True Tile. That's the trademark name.
Okay.
They come in 2x2. We've got 5 different designs, and with that, there's actually, I'll show you. I got the gray one here too. An arrow comes on the back of each one of them, and you can orient the tiles different ways to create different design patterns.
So IKEA,
which is pretty cool.
This is like the arrow thing came from IKEA. I can tell you that the IKEA. You connect the arrows together, you got the right thing going.
Why reinvent the wheel,
There you go.
Yeah, so you can do that. And then with the ceiling tiles,
Mhm.
yes, in a 2x2 ceiling grid, we have 2 different lay-ins, a 9/16 or a 15/16. I think the 15/16 is the most popular grid. But if you have something larger, you can buy one of the T-bars just to set them apart. If you've got, a 2x4 ceiling tile or something that's, a little
old style,
not standard.
Old style, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So and the wall and the ceiling come in the 24 different colors.
Yes.
Okay.
What's more? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
So as far as the ceiling tiles go, we've got 2 different categories. We have what we call Nevo, and with that, it's a 2x2 orientation, but there's up to 7 inches of depth. So you can have flush, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, all the way up to 7 inches of depth, which of course, the more depth you have, the more sound absorption you get from it. Yep. And you can do some sort of, pattern there as well. And then we also have Ori, which is inspired by the art of origami. And those have different profiles of slopes and all different orientations you can create,
so you can build some
beautiful design.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. This is my office on campus. Alyssa, I'm going to order ceiling tiles because I hate the acoustics in here. Because I've got these ugly ceiling tiles here on the ceiling up here, which are like 1987, 88-ish ceiling tile. And then I have all these odd shapes in here. So I'm going to order some of these, and we're going to do a tour of my office. I'm going to pay for them, by the way. I'm not getting these free. I'm paying for them. So Alyssa, I'm going to be placing an order with you so we can show them what it would be like to make my room sound a whole lot better. This stuff's available now, right? This is part of the Focal Point stuff, and it's actually available now.
Yeah, so it's available under Middle Atlantic within rAVe. Available now on our website. Go to rAVe.com. You can find all of the solutions. And there's also a CSR story here too. The PET is made up of up to 50% recycled material. Which is just another thing to tote. And we've also got an acoustic calculator. So there is a science behind this, depending on your space, the material of your walls, of your
Is that
floors.
calculator online? Is it just something available?
It's not online yet, but internally, design services can
Okay.
help any customer figure out exactly, what their current frequency is and how to reduce and kind of get to that set or desired reverberation time that they need to, have everyone seen and heard in the spaces that they're in.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for coming on live, and all this stuff shipping now, 24 different colors. You can have it customized, different patterns, ceiling and wall tiles. Alyssa, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. And speaking of, Alyssa mentioned 50% of the materials is recycled. Well, that brings us right perfectly segue into the first story I wanted to talk about today, because at ISE 2025, Sony's going to launch some really cool stuff. And one of the things they're focusing on at ISE 2025 is going to be sustainability. The impact that these products have in the environment, the percentage of recycled material that they include, the percentage of virgin plastics that they include. And they're really going to try to set a standard, and they're going to try to sort of lead the industry that direction. But they're going to introduce some new non-glare, larger series displays. They're going to introduce some new LED technology. All of that is on our website. And speaking of ISE is coming up quickly. We will be doing live shows from ISE. That is the industry's mega show in February, and we'll send you more details for those of you who can't come over to Barcelona. But if you want to go to Barcelona, all you have to do is go to their website and register and use the code rAVE, all caps rAVE, and you'll be able to get in for free. Next story is about Scalable Display Technologies. That's a company that sort of made its name by connecting projectors together and making large digital canvases. And they now have a version of it that is specifically designed for simulation in mission critical applications, like astronauts at NASA simulating landing on Mars, things like that. That's mission critical for sure. And this version 11 adds this mission critical component, which means that you have a different level of guarantee that the system will be up and operating, but also specifically designed for command and control center type of applications as well. And then I want to congratulate my friend Sandy Stambaugh, who many of you know. I've known Sandy for over 20 years, for being promoted to the new role that TD SYNNEX created, which is SVP of Sales Operations and Customer Experience. Sandy is very customer service oriented, so this is a great role for her. I'm excited for her. And TD SYNNEX has really come a long way in the last 5 years with the acquisition and the merger and all that kind of stuff. And this is a great opportunity for Sandy. I wish her the best, and look forward to seeing her at Infocom for sure. And then finally, I guess I have one more story. I apologize. One more story. And we're going to bring up another guest live. And that is that Sharp has debuted a 2,000 lumens small projector. Like, I don't even know how they're actually doing this. To give you an idea, it's about this big. So it's small, 2,000 lumens. The real application, I think, for this thing is classrooms. I think that take a projector out of the ceiling and put a new projector. Remember that Sharp isn't the same Sharp that you remember that makes printers. This is Sharp also that purchased or that merged, I should say, with NEC Display. And 2,000 ANSI lumen projector is pretty amazing. This particular projector covers 92% of DCI color range. Now, why would you care? So DCI is the standard for color bit depth in movie theaters. It's called the Digital Cinema Initiative. And so the colorimetry of this projector is going to be remarkably good compared to most projectors you put into learning environments. So that is a big differentiator there. And of course, NEC is one of the companies that builds DCI products. So, all right. So on to our next guest, Mr. Santa Claus himself, James Salter. James, how are you doing? Hold on. We're gonna unmute you there, James. Sorry about that. Give it a second here. There you go. Try it again, James.
Hey, Gary. Thanks very much for having me on the show.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you very much for joining us. Obviously, looking at the chest there, this is a session. First off, I should say thank you for sponsoring AVer sponsoring rAVe TV all year long. at the end of this session, we're going to kind of do a review of everything that has happened in 2024, because you guys have come a long way. And I think a lot of people, like, look, I actually have, hold on, let's see if I can pull it out really quickly. Give me a second, Jake. Let's see if I can pull it out really quickly. I have, not fast enough. I should have prepared. I actually have an old video ingest product that I purchased from rAVe like 20 years ago that allowed me to put video on my laptop.
Awesome.
And that's what I knew you for many, many years. But you are a massive leader in collaboration, especially with your AI-based cameras. You have one of the coolest niches. You came out with a brand new camera just a couple of weeks ago that helps hospitals watch patients and make sure they're safe, which I really love that niche. But I want you to kind of do an overview of what you came out with in 2024, because you have a plethora of new stuff. And we're going to end it with a giveaway that includes a Star Wars trivia question that is not that easy.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm in the giving spirit, as you can see here, and I want to give some more info, and then we'll give away a prize at the end. But yeah, we had a super busy year, right? So 13 product launches for us. You guys saw some of the stuff that we did at some of the big shows like InfoComm. But the thing that you kind of touched on is, we're very much a video camera company, but it wasn't all about video cameras for us this year as well. So I'll start off with maybe the non-video camera products to kind of prove my point. So we started out at the beginning of the year, we released this product called AmpliWave. And AmpliWave is a classroom audio system that allows teachers to kind of amplify their voices. And it works with, a simple setup where you have speakers, a receiver, and 2 wireless lapel mics. I've actually used it myself, so I know it's easy to use. It can actually outfit a school that is, classroom that is 1,500 square feet. So you could use this for classroom, or you could use it for just like a meeting room. If you wanted to have like a little event meeting room in a box, you can kind of set this up and you can do your presentation. So
kind of like a little indoor PA system.
Exactly. Exactly. Those little lapel mics that work great. It's really simple for a teacher to use, and frankly, for anybody in business that just needs to have a little something on the road or on one of their meeting rooms. So we're excited about that. It was our first foray into audio in 2024. And then we moved into some more products. We had the VC520 Pro 3. So that's for all you meeting room fanatics that want better conferencing room collaboration systems. That's a combo product. It has a PDZ camera with 36 times total zoom, and a speakerphone. So again, not just a camera, but we're looking at integrating other things that are needed in collaboration, like audio. And then at InfoComm, you guys saw us also release the Foam 700. That's that beautiful
F-O-N-E, by the way.
F-O-N-E 700. That beautiful looking white ceiling mounted speakerphone system. It's actually expandable. So if you wanted to put more of the speakerphones on your ceiling, you can do that, expand upon it for larger rooms. Has AI features in there. Again, that just helps you have an audio experience with AVer cameras. You want to use our speakerphone system that's mounted. It works great. We've got one set up in our office in Fremont, California. We love that product. And then finally, not maybe the sexiest product, but a really useful product, really pragmatic. That's our UE1. We released that pretty recently. That's a USB extender. So this is common now, right? You want the USB functionality, but sometimes getting the USB close enough is a problem. So you need these extender devices.
Or anytime you're using more than one USB device or more than one USB camera in a room, because you're always going to have that camera located remotely in the room.
Right. Yep. Exactly. So this one uses, again, the Cat cable, Ethernet cable technology. You can plug this in. Ours supports up to 328 feet of cable, and you can emulate that USB connectivity. So again, that's that kind of finishes up all the different kind of non-video products that we release that kind of help people to collaborate better.
Yeah, and of course, the big news in cameras for 2024 was the AI tracking and the auto tracking AI functionality you added to a lot of cameras, and NDI. So can we start with those two?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we've been, touting AI and auto tracking for many years. We first started doing this rAVe line that we launched back in 2019. So we had a number of different AI cameras. Those are the ones that have TR in them. So that stands for tracking for AVer. So any model that has TR in it, those are AI tracking cameras. So we had the TR315, we have the TR335. And then the newest, this is the big boy. This is TR535N, and that's the one that won the award from rAVe at InfoComm.
Yeah, that's
a 30 times zoom camera, probably the most powerful camera we have. So we continue to kind of provide rAVe cameras with auto tracking from that 12 times optical all the way up to 30 times optical, just to kind
And
of
you
serve
added
different room
NDI
types.
to that after launching it too.
Yeah. So we made an announcement really recently on NDI. So we've standardized on NDI. So any of those pro AV models that they start with a TR or a PDZ, you don't have to worry about buying or selecting NDI right now. Literally, if you go to our website, if you have a non-NDI AVer model, just go to our website, download the most recent firmware for your camera. You'll have NDI, just like that. And so if you guys know anything about NDI, those that love NDI, those that know NDI, love NDI just because of the creativity and the content sharing you can get from it. So we're excited to offer that as a standard feature for all of our pro AV cameras going forward.
And then also you joined the foray of expanding out of just Teams and Zoom with certifications.
Yeah. So we've been working with RingCentral for a while, and your buddy Carl Harville, he's done a lot of tremendous work there. So we've got 7 video conferencing devices, some cameras, and the Phone 700 certified for RingCentral. So I think we're like among the first of getting some of these cameras and devices certified by them. So again, another different option. Some people love Teams, some people love Zoom, some people love Google. RingCentral is another one that's really interesting for a lot of enterprises. And so we're standardizing on a number of different platforms to give you the best experiences.
All right, so we're going to talk about one of my favorite products, but I want to remind you that we're going to do Star Wars trivia in about a minute, so stand by.
Yeah.
So the medical grade PTZ camera, that is a that actually has Android embedded on it, does it not?
Yeah, that's the cool thing about it, Gary. So the MD720 UIS, I know it's a mouthful, but that's our medical cameras, MDs. Medical grade camera, meaning it's passed certain certifications to be safe in use in patients, alongside patient rooms. It's our first with Android embedded. So that's the most exciting part for me because, AVer, that's the one missing piece I think we've had with our lineup is Android embedded, right? All the compute some of our competitors have. This just enables this camera to do much more things with AI and using the power of Android there. So things like detection of people if they're falling out of bed or detecting their eye movement, all these types of things are kind of made possible with that camera with AI and Android embedded.
And that's critical, and it kind of gets you into a new market. And I should mention that for the integrators too, because this is a big deal in hospitals. Because if you talk to anyone who works at a hospital, especially if you talk to nurses, they're going to tell you that the floors have gone from, say, one that had 6 nurses is down to 4. It was like a significant reduction over the last decade. So they're counting on more and more of these automated systems. And cameras in hospitals is one place that you don't mind having cameras. Like we put cameras all over hotels and we get a little nervous, but you put cameras in hospitals, they're saving lives. And what you're doing is you're actually feeding that data straight to the nurse's station before it happens, because AI is going to be able to detect the anomalies so that it can warn you before something's going to happen rather than after it's already happened.
Exactly. There's a whole new market now. There's a whole new job called telesitting. So nurses that just sit in front of these monitors and monitor all these patients on scale. Yeah, exactly. So we're excited about that. But the whole Android embedded thing kind of gives you a sneak peek to what to expect for next year, right? So we're not stopping with the medical grade camera. Obviously, we love our medical grade cameras, but in 2025, we have some new products that we're going to be launching in the first quarter. We got some for K-12. I'm not getting away too much there. The Android embedded is really the clue for what to expect for some of these other things with our video conferencing line. So
I would assume that means that we might see some more Teams and Zoom embedded applications rather than compute devices in the room is what I'm going to guess.
You're guessing pretty right.
We'll cover that at ISE. I mean, we cover everything that AVer does. So we'll make sure we cover that and bring it to you. So thanks for that sneak peek. Now we have a giveaway, right? You're going to give away a Cam 130?
Yes, we do. We have this bad boy right here. So this is our Cam 130. This is a 4K camera, really simple to use. I actually put this in my bag. It has a ring
light on it.
Yeah, so it's not your dad's webcam. This has got a backlit feature. So this is really great. I stick this in my bag. I'm on the road. If I want a better experience than just my webcam, I'm not using a webcam right now. I'm actually using another great AVer camera. But on the road, this is perfect. Or you have just a little office or a little huddle room. So those people that can't get together over the holidays, we just think, what better way than to give the gift of good video, right? So they can kind of connect over Teams or Zoom.
Before you ask this question, I want to let you know that we're going to be watching all of the socials. So no matter how you're watching this, the first person who answers this question is going to win the Cam 130 as a gift from AVer. So get ready to type. So
Yeah,
Star Wars trivia question.
US viewers only though. US viewers only. So
Okay, there we go. Only ship it in the US. Okay, well, that's true. That's a good point because we do have a global audience. Okay, so maybe at ISE we'll do a EMEA version too. So what is that trivia question, James?
Okay, so Gary, you and I both are Star Wars geeks. I thought up a question that's very holiday related and Star Wars related. So Star Wars put on a holiday special. It was a TV movie. What was the year?
Disastrous too.
It was not their best.
Yeah.
Makes Disney look good.
It's a nice way to say it.
What was the year that special was aired on TV?
All right.
So
in fact, Lucasfilm hid that product for a long time.
Yeah,
They denied it existed, hid it. They never produced it in VHS or in DVD or anything like that, but it has resurfaced recently, and you can actually find it. So what year was that? Post that wherever you see us on socials. The first person that posts the right answer is going to win that camera, and we'll send it directly to you. James, thank you very much. And again, thank you for supporting what we're trying to do here, which is give people a different way to learn about what's going on in the industry rather than having to wait for the newsletters to come to their inbox and also wait for manufacturers to publish their own news. So
yeah, well, thanks again for having me. Love working with rAVe. Happy holidays to you and all of the viewers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You have a great day, and thanks to Aver for everything that they do for the industry. Another company that does some great things for the industry is Cedia, and everyone knows Cedia for the Expo. But Cedia actually has a foundation that's actually funding high school students to come into our industry through knowledge about our industry, because there's a lot of people that just aren't made for college. They just don't want to go to college, don't need to go to college. They want to actually do stuff like what we do, and they don't need college to do that, So you can learn more about the Cedia Foundation by just scanning that QR code or going to our website. Big news. We broke this news at rAVe Pubs. No one else had this news. We broke it. Randy Klein of Crestron fame is back in the industry. He's actually the president of the board for Excite. Excite's that company that I've been talking about for over a year, or right around a year. That cloud management company and cloud services company that also has the ability to do AV as a service one day. I think this is quite interesting. And I think, Randy built, no one can deny Randy built Crestron into a powerhouse along with Fred Bargetzi and George Feldstein, who founded the company. But Randy was the face of the company for a long time. So I think this is really going to help Excite. And I think it'll garner them some attention. And the fact that he's involved means that they must be doing something really special. I don't think he would have come out of retirement for some lame opportunity. So this is pretty awesome. Congratulations, Randy, for being back in the industry. And then I had a chance to get a sneak peek of this product at InfoComm, but it wasn't officially announced. But they still showed me the product at InfoComm. I actually shot a video of it, but they told me I couldn't blast it out there, that I could just put it on our website. Well, that video is embedded in the article on the website that we're going to show you in just a second, of the Matrox Video Vion product, VION. That is an IP gateway to any of the AV over IP platforms. So it allows you to go from any AV over IP platform onto the Convert IP platform, which is IPMX based. So it does H.264, JPEG XS, SMPTE 2110, and of course NDI. All of them can be put into the IPMX platform with that Vion product. It's actually shipping now already. It has they also have an option for SDI as well. So if you're doing live events, you can actually use that for live events as well. So that information is on our website. Bose Pro broke out away from Bose. Bose headphone company, that's the consumer division. The professional division is called Bose Professional. That's a separate standalone company now. They just launched a brand new set, basically a family of loudspeakers specifically for multi-use applications. They have new mounting options. They can be permanently mounted, temporarily mounted on poles. And they have options for 60% or 60-degree coverage all the way up to 120-degree coverage from 80 hertz to 16 kilohertz. And some even go from 70 to 16 kilohertz as well. So lots of options there. It's called the AMU series. All that information is on our website as well. And speaking of another sponsor that has kept us on the map this year, Shure. And Shure launched and debuted earlier this year the MXA 920 ceiling microphone, mic array that also has a speaker built into it. And so this was kind of odd to do all. Actually, wait, the 920s and the 910. Let's watch this video so that you know what this product is. It's a virtual acoustic boundary mic demo. So check this out.
Shure Virtual Acoustic Boundary detects voices and noises coming from the outside of an MXA 920 coverage area and removes them from the audio mix. Here's how it sounds. I'm now standing in a coverage area of an MXA 920.
I'm outside of the coverage area, but you can still hear me a little bit because my voice carries over into Andrew's coverage area.
I will now activate the Virtual Acoustic Boundary. The Virtual Acoustic Boundary prevents unwanted voices from entering the coverage area. So now Chris is inaudible. Virtual Acoustic Boundary also removes noises from the active coverage area. So unwanted sounds like keyboards or crisp packets don't interfere with what I'm saying. Virtual Acoustic Boundary can even remove talkers outside of the active coverage area whilst the person inside the area is talking. With Virtual Acoustic Boundary, remote participants only hear what they are supposed to.
I wish we said whilst. I like that, whilst. W-H-I-L-S-T. That is a word we should have in the American dictionary. And I only hear people from the UK saying it. And it sounds so cool, whilst. I like that. Don't y'all? Give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. All right, so in the case study of the week, Absen is delivering the ultimate fan experience to Enco Stadium. That case study is on our website. That's the Orlando FC, or I should say Orlando FC soccer team and Orlando Pride field. It is one of the only soccer stadiums in the country that is privately funded, and Absen is the reason why you can see really cool stuff. And using all the outdoor LED stuff, and you can actually watch a video in that article that we posted online, and we tell you exactly how they did it, which products they used, and how they put the whole thing together in this case study. So you can check it all out by scanning that QR code or at ravepubs.com. I just want to end with three quick things. Three quick things. It's going to take me less than 30 seconds. Check this, less than 10 seconds on each one. Number one, later this week, Crestron is going to do the AI Roadmap Essentials, which is aimed at end users. How can end users leverage AI in the AV market? December 12th at 2 p.m. Number two, ProAV Unwrapped is December 17th next week at 2 p.m. You can register for all three of these things. Number three, Replay DSE 2024 is next week on the 18th. You can register for all three of these things at launch.com, lavnch.com, or scan that QR code. I hope that you'll come. I'll be a guest on the Crestron session that's this Thursday. I guess, what is this? 2 days away. Or 1 day. Tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Tomorrow is Crestron's AI Roadmap Essentials. If you want to understand where the future of AI is going, this is a great chance for you to join. But it is aimed at end users. So if you're an end user, check it out. Come and attend tomorrow. I'm one of the panelists. I look forward to seeing you. And thanks for watching. And Steph, I hope you have a good flight back. And I will see y'all next week live, unless you join me tomorrow at the Crestron thing. Okay? Bye.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.